Go. My name is John Freeman, and my persuasive speech is on fat acceptance. How many people in the audience feels that smoking is unhealthy? How many people would feel comfortable confronting a loved one on their smoking habits? How many people feel that obesity is a health problem? How many people would feel comfortable confronting a loved one about their obesity problem? Fat acceptance is a social movement seeking to change anti-fat bias in society today, which means they want to make obesity normal and take away the stigma and the reality of that it's unhealthy and that it comes with health risks. So they just want everybody to feel like they can do whatever they want. Over the past 10 years, obesity has doubled in the US. In the year 2030, it is projected that 50% of all Americans will be obese. And based on the amount of childhood obesity today, I could see that being a reality. Some of the health risks involved with obesity include heart disease and stroke, high blood pressure, diabetes, some cancer, gallbladder disease, and premature death. Does anybody in the audience know of any other health risks involved?
Fatty liver disease, that's where visceral fat or fat that surrounds the liver causes the liver not to function properly and actually causes liver failure. It's the third leading cause of liver failure in the United States.
Does anybody have any idea why obesity might be such a big problem in the United States today?
I think it's because a lot of Americans eat processed foods that are high in fat and sugar, and they also drink a lot of soda.
I like your Coke shirt.
Similar to nicotine addictions and alcohol addictions, people can be addicted to food, and that leads to obesity. And with those addictions, they all lead to unhealthy results and can be destructive. In the 1960s, almost 50% of all Americans smoked, but through the years, there has been more research and more education done on this topic, and through public PSAs and more awareness, it has decreased to almost 15%, and it is still decreasing today. And hopefully, if we can get people informed and have some similar PSA system for obesity, we could have the same results and help people live healthier lives. To conclude, I think people should eat to live and not live to eat, and they should be as healthy as they can be. And does anybody else have anything to say?
I just have one question is, who do you think is ultimately responsible for their health? Because there's a lot of pressure on healthcare providers to educate patients, and we're actually being penalized for the fact that people are overweight and have chronic illnesses.
Who do I think should be responsible
for that? Do you think it should be on the individual person, or do you think it should be on healthcare?
I think it's a combination of both, and the individual will be a lot happier and healthier if they make changes to do that. But as a society as a whole, I think healthcare should have some input on the subject because it includes everybody.
So, like with smoking, One of the things that has decreased smoking was that there, obviously with lung cancer, and that the big tobacco companies were actually sued billions of dollars and now have to educate people on tobacco awareness. And the fact that many places are non-smoking anymore, so people are limited in their places where they can smoke. So how do you think that would correlate to obesity?
We could have warnings on very sugary food items and items high in fat, warning the consumer of the risks. And we could also limit food eating areas so people can't snack in libraries or computer labs. There are some places so they don't eat as much. I think that would work.
What about doing a sugar tax on pop?
Yeah.
Because a lot of those are pretty cheap products, and you know, cigarettes. There's a alcohol and tobacco tax.
Mhm. I think that would be very effective.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. And here are my sources. Thank you guys.